Palmyra Church of Christ has so many great memories for me. My name is Beheler, and I grew up at Palmyra starting from the time I was born until I went to the Cincinnati Bible College to become a minister. My parents were Dale and Margaret Beheler, and there were 6 kids in our family. We lived on a dairy farm, and added blessings was the both settings of grandparents also attended the Pal Church. And I remember a very sweet and patient older lady who was a Sunday school teacher. She got down on our level when I came into her preschool classroom for Sunday school. She left an impression on me that I can still recall her name 70 years later. It was Mrs. Woodward. I loved youth, the youth group, especially when we were in junior high, when we met in the basement of the parsonage. And there, several men was the teachers for that. And the men from the church took turns teaching the boys. One's Herman Strader, Eldon Weller, and Dale Beheler. And I love the youth choir, and I have always loved to sing. We had a great leader in the teen years, and we even performed at a church at Springfield, Ohio with its youth choir. These were also youth rallies at another church in our area. Grandpa Weller would volunteer to drive the kids to the youth rally. We would have a great time to and after. And not only did I love singing and being with other kids, I was thirsty for spiritual knowledge and desire to grow deeper in Jesus Christ. Many thanks to the Pal Church for giving me all that information. And preparing me to be a minister. My wife and I served at 5 churches in 50 years of church ministry. I loved anything to do with missions. I loved to hear about their work and the different missions. I especially remember Gene Doolin saying, if God opens a door, walk through it. And I've lived by that very principle, going through many doors that were open. I've been on many mission trips, working over 50 weeks of church camp and having the blessing of being a police chaplain that God has blessed us greatly. And I did this when I was in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, and I loved being around the policemen. PAL youth were invited to a church camp each summer. I went as often as I could. Nothing like a week off from chores on the family farm. I loved the church camp. Was so thankful my parents would let me go, even though it meant more work for them in my absence. The ministers there at the church camp were just wonderful people. They really helped the campers, and they were older young men, and they were a great influence on my life. And I got to turn that around to be the minister at churches for many other youth. Palmyra was very impactful in ministry or in multiple areas of my life, in many other people's lives, and I will be continue to be a blessing for many years to come. Happy birthday anniversary, pal.